All right, folks. So this is going to be a video on why I switched from my 2018 to this beautiful Harley Road Glide ST. CVO ST, sorry. She is absolutely beautiful. If I put the custom dynamics plate holder on, put the rear crash bars, or as Harley calls it, saddlebag guards. I had the 10-inch Harley windshield, and now I just put this Clockworks 12 tint sport. So I'm going to try that out right now on my way to work. So it's a beautiful day in the DMV. We actually had 2 weeks of spring, which is rare. Usually we go from winter to immediate summer. But anyway, I'm going to post a picture. Like I said, I just got off 2018 Goldwing that I affectionately called my Honda Davidson because of the tour pack I put on there. I'll post a picture of it. And I'll go into the pros and cons of both. I am not a brand specific rider. I've had 3 Hondas. This is my 3rd Harley. I've had a Kawasaki, a Yamaha VMAX, which, oh man, that was a great bike. Horrible handling, but man, that was, what a bike, what a bike. The engine is just insane. Anyway, I'm getting ready to jump on. I'm trying out, so if you're familiar with Indy Ridge boots, I had to buy this little cover piece off Amazon because, well, Indy Ridge and all the reviews online, don't believe them. They are bike specific. So say you have an ST or a different model where all you have is the toe shifter. Well, I'll post a picture of what it did to my bike, or what the bike did to my shoe after 2 rides. I mean, demolished the top of it. And I'll post a picture of that. It's so they should advertise these as bike specific. If you have a heel toe shifter, go ahead, buy the boots. If not, buy these on Amazon, or they should sell them. Anyway, let me jump on the bike, get rolling, and we'll get more into the pros and cons of both. All right, folks, I was going to do the ride. Well, I did the ride, but of course my mic didn't work because I found out I have to have a special adapter for it. So I was just going to go over the differences, pros and cons of course, switching from my Goldwing to this bike. And I guess we'll start at the top. One of the main reasons why I never switched back to Harley was because 3 things: technology, brakes, and suspension. And for those of you who have ridden other bikes, you know, extensively, you know what I'm talking about. If you've only ridden a Harley, like I try to explain to my Harley buddies who have never ridden anything besides Harleys, that the technology, so on my Goldwing, I had ride modes. When you ride in the rain, inclement weather, rain mode is great. It really does make a difference. It had sport mode, but on the Goldwing it was extremely twitchy. Sport mode I only use for, you know, mountain rides, tail of the dragon style rides, because if not, it's just too herky-jerky. That is, of course, until the 2024 Road Glide came out. So we're going to start with the top. Windshield. I already tried the 10-inch Harley. Now I've gone to the Clockworks 12, and I think I'll stick with that. I didn't get the dark tint because I ride a lot at night, and on my old eyes it's a little bit easier to see through with the light smoke or whatever it's called. But the windshield. So on the Goldwing, it was automatic, meaning that I can raise it or lower it, which made a huge difference when you're riding in rain, long rides, any sort of inclement weather. You could pop that up when it's freezing cold out, and it would really take the wind off you. It was huge, and I know Harley said, "Oh, we couldn't put it in the fairing. You know, we didn't want to make it bigger." Well, that's engineering laziness, because my Goldwing had a smaller fairing, yet that had it. Indian has it, but that Indian is a little bit bigger fairing. Definitely uglier, in my opinion. So anyway, the Goldwing has a plus on the fairing. Now that the new Road Glide has ride modes, that's phenomenal. It made a world of difference, big difference in my decision. Another thing, of course, is the screen. That 12.3 inch is phenomenal. Harley went from antiquated analog gauges to this, which is probably, I believe it's the biggest. I don't know, maybe the K1600B, but I believe this is the biggest screen on any motorcycle, and it is beautiful. I love it. It has CarPlay, which of course the Goldwing has always had. Big plus. It also helped me decide to switch to this because I do like technology. I love the rain modes. I love the screen. I love using my CarPlay, etc., etc. Okay, so next I talked about technology, brakes and suspension. So on the Goldwing, it would stop on a dime, and it was great. The suspension, the way, I forgot what they call their shock, but you can watch the front end through the fairing just constantly absorbing bumps, and it's probably the smoothest bike I've ever owned. It just rode really smooth, really great. And but now on the CVO ST, they've made a huge improvement in suspension. Of course, I've played with this one, so I got it dialed in to my height, my weight, my riding style, and so it is great. I would say it is by no means better than my Goldwing was, but it is on par with my Goldwing. So that's a good wash right there. I like it. Next is let's see. Okay, so yeah, they upgraded the brakes, so I can actually stop this thing. When I've test ridden other Road Glides, previous models, the 2023, I would purposely try and stop fast, and it was more like grabbing on and saying, "Oh Lord, please stop, please stop." It's like driving a heavy truck. But again, if you've never ridden any other kind of bikes, then to you that's normal. So again, when I explained to my fellow riders, they're like, "Huh? What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, if you ride my bike and you stop, it stops. Your bike, yeah, it stops, but not quite as fast." And riding in the DMV, you got to be able to stop on a dime, because people, these are the worst drivers in the country, I guarantee. So yeah, so with the CVO ST, these brakes are great. They stop. The cornering ABS is great. I used it when I bought it and rode it home, and I came around a mountain corner too hard, too fast, and I grabbed a handful of brake, and I managed to get it righted up and around the corner without going off the edge. You know, good pucker factor. Helped me know where the limits of the bike are. Thank God I didn't lay it down. On a brand new bike, I would have cried extensively, and my insurance probably would have been pissed too. So, all right, so we did brakes, suspension, technology. All right, the Goldwing, as far as engine, let's get to the engine. So 121, great engine. This bike is the only Harley I've ever owned where I don't have to update anything.
I got my wallet.
Sorry, that was the neighbor saying hi. Anyway, you really don't have to upgrade anything with this bike. It is the best factory bike Harley has ever produced. I changed, of course, the mirrors because Harley's gotta be Harley HD, hundreds of dollars, and let's go cheapo and not put matching mirrors on. Let's put stock mirrors on. So I put those on. Like I said before, put these on. Oh, I've also added the rickrack little levers there. It makes it much easier to I go to, like I said, I commute, so I put a lot of crap in my bike, in my bags, so that gives me a little more room, and it keeps the latches from snagging my bags. Anyway, the engine. So okay, so the Goldwing was 1833, something like that, and it was a DCT, which is phenomenal in this area because of all the traffic you get stuck in, stop and go traffic. That DCT is amazing. Well, another thing the DCT is good at is acceleration. First, second, into third gear. None of my other Harley buddies could beat me. And the one guy who could had a 135, and as soon as he shifted into third, that's when he started pulling away. The Harleys are known for that upper end torque, and he just kept pulling. But everyone else with, you know, stage 1, 2s still couldn't touch the Goldwing. And part of that is because it's DCT. You can't. It's just like sports cars nowadays. You can't outshift an automatic. They're designed too well. They shift too fast, and it's just, you know, the manual input slows you down extensively, or a lot, I should say, doing it. But, so here's where this bike shines. Once I shift into third, and it seems like third and fourth on this bike it loves third and fourth. It goes. I mean, it keeps pulling like there's no tomorrow. It keeps pulling. My Goldwing topped out at 110, and this supposedly 120. I think I've had it up to 115 kilometers, of course, for everyone who's watching this, and this niche is, you know, good stuff. Anyway, it keeps pulling. So this bike has way more top end and definitely pulls. Now that I've dialed in my track mode, my track plus, I've got it dialed in, I think, pretty much where I want it. I'm getting ready to go on a trip in a couple days, riding down the Smoky Mountains. We may go do the Tail of the Dragon, and I'll know for sure if I need to make any further adjustments to that track mode plus. But the track mode plus is a huge benefit. The Goldwing, obviously you had your 4 riding modes. You couldn't change them, you couldn't program them. This thing is totally customizable, which is another huge plus. So, and that's it. And then I'm going to say aesthetically, this bike is beautiful. Just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, there's a couple things I'm going to do to it, but those are maybe another seat just for when the wife rides. But anyway, it's just a way better looking bike. And then the last difference I think I'm going to point out is the feel of riding the bikes. They have two totally different feels. My Goldwing, what can I compare it to? Let's say the Goldwing, let's compare it to, we'll do Chevys, we'll do a Corvette. The Goldwing was definitely a Corvette. It was sleek. Oh, the center of gravity on the Goldwing is way lower. I test rode a K1600B, and that engine was incredible. That engine was phenomenal. But the center of gravity was so low on the Goldwing that I could take corners at ridiculous speeds, and it was just stable. High speeds on the highways, passing semis, behind semis, I was planted. There was no movement whatsoever. It sticks. This is a little, it feels lighter up top. It's not as stable as the Goldwing, but I think it was better than the K1600B. So back to the feel. The feel of the Goldwing was, like I said, more vet style, right? And getting crap on there. And the feel of this is more, let me say, muscle car, more like a '68 Camaro with a souped-up engine. It's more exhilarating. It's a little more raw, and it's definitely, I would call this a muscle bike. If I'm going to compare a car to motorcycles, I'll say this is a muscle bike for sure. So two different rides. This one is great. Absolutely love it. I plan on keeping this. Who knows? This could be a bike I hold on and I'll pass on to my son eventually. And my wife doesn't believe I can do it, but I think I can. I'll try and prove her wrong. Anyway, that's all. That's my comparison from the Goldwing to the CVO ST. I absolutely love this bike. Now I can wear all my Harley t-shirts that I've collected from everywhere I travel to all over the world. I stop by a Harley shop, pick up a t-shirt back from when I had my old Harleys. And so it was fun. I always used to, oh, sorry, side note. These vents, huge, great, make a big difference, world of difference. Didn't have those on the Goldwing, and with this, you can feel it on your chest. Anyway, so now I can wear my t-shirts. I used to wear them on my Goldwing just to piss off my Harley buddies. So now I'm sure they're gonna give me bro hugs now. I can wear my t-shirts on the Harley. Anyway, I'm going to get some filming done on this upcoming ride through the Smokies, Tail of the Dragon, and I'll post some more of this fun. All right, folks, talk to you later.